Hey there, Postal here. So today I'm on the EU server. I'm taking out the F4U-1. If you've been following me at all during my live streams on Tuesdays and usually Fridays, been grinding down this line, seeing it with a fresh perspective. Definitely some differences between when I first went down this line, the North American server.
Show me what you can do, pilots.
However many years ago, doing it again on EU. There's just so many stronger planes at Tier 6 now. Not that this plane is ineffective. It can definitely still be effective. You just really need to keep your head on a swivel because there's so many super strong planes out there. Although this can be a reasonable counter for some of those planes. I'm talking about the plethora of Tier 6 heavy fighters that are good, if not great. So one thing we've got with the Corsair here is you got 4 20mm cannons, right? It's really nice. Problem is, they tend to overheat pretty quickly. So you've got that kind of counterbalance that you need to be mindful of. Alright, we've got our rockets, so what shall we do with some rockets? We just need a couple things knocked out to be able to take care of this. Awesome. Glad I fired my rockets to see if we can get this other command center really quick before the enemy team gets it. So their ME-410, who would be a pretty tough out for us, hasn't loaded in yet. See if we can't knock that guy out. Obviously, that plane can outmaneuver us, but we've got some pretty heavy-hitting cannons, so is that all? Should be able to knock that out just with a go. See if we can't knock the Spitfire out. I can. Still have. I was gonna say somebody's gonna get that. And can our cannons do any other work? Maybe. We'll try. We got enemy aircraft here. When it's soft targets like that, or smaller targets, or close to being, flipping the sector kind of thing, that's when I'll shoot the ground when I'm in my Corsair. Otherwise, it's not what you do in this plane. They're strong enough in that specific situation to shoot at the ground, but besides that, focus on the air. The Corsair's got great maneuverability. If I had this thing specialized, I'd have some knocked out his wing. I've still got pneumatic control assist, so this is the only reason I'm actually going after him. Because I've got the pneumatic control assist and because I knocked out his wing, I was able to outturn him there. Otherwise, I would not have been able to do that. The rockets do take quite a long time to reload. Let's actually go for this guy instead. I was tempted to shoot the ground a little bit there, but there's just too many air targets, and I suspect that the Zero is probably going to show back up shortly. Respawning here in the center. And I played this a little bit wrong. Here comes my guns to overheat. No! Damn it, Janet. Can I? Good.
The airfield is
nice.
Ours. Utilize this advantage.
We still got that Zero to get, though. But he's not paying attention to us. Oh, he wants the BF-109, which I can understand that. Problem is, there's 2 of us, bucko. gonna go try to defend something. Let's go defend this sector if I can. So we've got our cap on. Oh, there's the Spitfire. I swear, if I had the engine cooling, if I had it specialized. That's the biggest difference. So when I first went down this line, there was no specialization, or if there was, it was like right after it came out. So you didn't really notice the lack of ability that the plane might have had, because everybody had that lack of ability. Now there's a bunch of specialized planes, a lot more than there used to be, and so it can put it in a struggling area. That being said, map awareness is OP, and I will tell you what, a lot of people don't seem to have that good old map awareness, and it tends to put me in a better position than a lot of the other planes I run into, because I'm paying more attention to what's going on around me, not just what's in front of me. So that's a prime example, that A6M. Easily outmaneuver me. Easily outmaneuver me. But it only does you good if you're actually paying attention to what's going on around you. You can't just focus on the plane right in front of you. You really have to take a side eye at the map from time to time, and then definitely be paying attention to the other threats that are around you. And I'm not perfect in that regard either. I mean, if anybody's watched me live stream, you guys know I have my hiccups, we'll say. Can I get this bomber? No, it doesn't look like it. Take too much energy. Let's see if we can get this 190A. Looks like my friends are getting it too. It's all that's left. The game's about over. Hey, not like a crazy game, but we'll take it. Look at us all shooting at this guy, and none of us can get it. Didn't get a Lambert out of it. Again, nothing stellar, just doing my dailies, and let's head on back. So we're able to get 14 kills, not a whole lot of damage in either regard, but we're just able to focus on what needed to be taken out. We got 3 sectors captured, did some ground damage. But keep in mind with your guns, you don't want to, it's not the focus. Take advantage of what you can, but otherwise you want to use your rockets more often than not. And that's really where it comes down to in any of the multi-roles. Your strength is in your flexibility, but that's also your weakness, right? You want to really try to dictate the engagement when you're in a multi-role fighter, whether it's this one or the FW-190s, the Thunderbolts, the Yaks, any of the multi-role fighters in this game. You want to make sure that you're able to dictate the engagement so that you have the strength. What do I mean by that? Well, versus something like a Zero, my strength versus a Zero is my speed, and my guns can hit hard. So when I engage as a turn fighter, I'm typically going to do a one pass and keep going, hopefully knocking him out in one pass or damaging him enough where I set him on fire, or maybe knock out his wing, where you saw where I knocked out his wing and I was actually able to turn with him and kill him there. If I'm going against a heavy fighter, well, then I've got the turning capabilities there, right? I've got really good cannons, but what I want to do is pay attention to the map, and when he's diving in on me, I turn away, take small hits or no hits at all, flip back around on him, and do some damage to him. Maybe knock out his engine and kill him. Maybe he tries to turn with me, like a lot of heavy fighter pilots try to do for whatever reason, and I turn with him and out-turn him and kill him. And so, when you're in those kind of engagements, you have to recognize what your strength is compared to their weakness, or compared to their strength, and take advantage of that situation. You're always going to have a strength over any other given plane out there. The problem is when you get yourself into a situation where you're up against multiple planes. let's say the same scenario I just spoke about, going against a Zero or going against an ME410. What if they're both there at the same time? Well, normally I would try to outspeed the Zero, but I can't do that because an ME410 is just going to chase me down. If I go in a straight line in front of a heavy fighter, I'm going to be dead. Okay, well, so then let's try to turn and get away from the ME410. Well, I can't do that because then the Zero is just going to be right on me and kill me. And so that's what I mean by you need to be paying attention to the map. You need to dictate the engagement when you're in a multi-role fighter. If you're letting the enemies dictate the engagement, if you're letting them determine when the attack happens, then you're going to struggle with your multi-role fighters. Very often, I'm typically trying to avoid engagement with this particular plane until they're on low enough health that I know I'm going to kill them, or I need to save a friendly, or you know, I'm able to take advantage of that situation. You know, I'll use my rockets. You've got rockets? Hey, I can't go attack that plane right now. Let me go ahead and drop some rockets here. And so think of it in those terms when you're using multi-role fighters in World of Warplanes, and you'll do a lot better. Set yourself up for longer term success. Hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the battle. It was relatively quick, but it's a really fun plane. I absolutely love the Corsair line on the EU server right now. I am on the tier 6. I've just researched the F7F, which is kind of a shame. Like, skip over 2 of the really good planes on that particular line, but hey, it is what it is. But I'm still trying to research the F4U. Really want to get the Starfire because, of course, I do. But I do like the F7U, of course, as well. F2G, even though it's tier 8 and not a jet, is still an absolutely wonderful plane. As long as you've got that big old bomb on it, the 1,600-pound bomb changes lives and, you know, wrecks frickin' ground targets for sure. So I'm still continuing down this line for sure. On the German line, I'm currently working on the FW190D. I've researched the TA152. I laugh if you think I'm going to buy that anytime soon. I just researched it just so I'd have it researched. But I'm continuing on the Batwing line as far as research is concerned. I've got the BF109G researched. I've got the BF109Z researched. I've got the... Oh, I'm working on the... No, actually, I'm sorry. I researched the 1099B2. I just don't have the credits to get all that stuff, so it is what it is. So my mission on EU is to get more credits. I've currently got the LA7 that I could purchase. I've researched it. The Yak7 I've researched. The Yak1M I've researched. And the I210 I've researched. I just don't own any of those for the same exact reasons. And the Japanese line, I've got the Key 45 and the A6M2 both researched. I'll almost certainly be buying the A6M2 pretty soon. I've got the special pilot for the A6M5, so I want to have that sooner rather than later. And last but not least, on the UK line, I've researched the Swift. I don't have the credits to purchase it. I've researched the Seahawk. I don't have the credits to purchase it. Getting myself closer to the Hunter. The only tier 10 I actually own on EU is the Javelin. Again, credits will have to be earned. I've got 6 million now, finally, which will purchase a tier 10 plane. The problem is then now I've got to put equipment in it and retrain pilots and all that stuff. It's going to be another 2 million credits before I can even do that. So, yeah, it is what it is. It's the grind, right? We've all been there before. This is just the second time going through it, so it's more tedious, it feels like to me, but... again, I hope you enjoyed this particular video, some perspective on my EU grind, and I'll catch you in the next one. I am streaming, if you're watching this on Friday, I am doing Flight Up Friday, both EU and North American server today, so, you know, feel free to hop on Twitch, and or we can flight up together if you'd like. Hope you have a great day. See ya.